A car uses 6 liters of fuel to travel 90 kilometers. How far can it travel on 10 liters? A recipe makes 12 cookies using 3 eggs. How many eggs do you need for 40 cookies? Both of these look like completely different problems. But they're both solved using exactly the same method, proportions. And by the end of this lesson, you'll solve both in under 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Ratios, Rates and Proportions series. Today's topic is proportions. What they are, how to solve them, and how they connect to everything you've learned so far in this series. A proportion is a statement that two ratios are equal. That's it. Two ratios equal to each other. You already know what equivalent ratios are from lesson 2 in this series. 2:3 equals 4:6. That's a proportion. Written as fractions. 2/3 equals 4/6. Still a proportion. The difference between equivalent ratios and proportions is simple. Equivalent ratios. You're creating matching pairs. Proportions. You're using that equality to find a missing value. And unit rates from lesson 3 connect here too. When you found that a car travels 60 kilometers per hour, you were essentially setting up a proportion. 60 kilometers per 1 hour equals some distance per some number of hours. Proportions are the tool that ties equivalent ratios and unit rates together into one powerful method. Before solving, you need to set up the proportion correctly. Always write both ratios as fractions in the same format. The key rule: keep the same units in the same position. Top and bottom must match across both fractions. For example, if the left fraction has kilometers on top and hours on bottom, the right fraction must also have kilometers on top and hours on bottom. Let's use our opening problem. 6 liters travels 90 kilometers. 10 liters travels how far? Set up 6/90 equals 10 ? Liters on top. Kilometers on bottom. Both sides match. The proportion is set up correctly. Now, let's solve it. The most reliable method for solving proportions is cross-multiplication. Here's how it works. In a proportion, A/B equals C/D. Multiply diagonally across the equals sign. A multiplied by D equals B multiplied by C. This always works every time for any proportion. Let's apply it to our fuel problem. 6/90 equals 10 ? Cross multiply. 6 multiplied by ? Equals 90 multiplied by 10. 6 multiplied by ? Equals 900. ? Equals 900 divided by 6 equals 150. The car travels 150 kilometers on 10 liters. Now, let's solve the recipe problem from our hook. 12 cookies need 3 eggs. 40 cookies need how many eggs? Step 1. Set up the proportion. Cookies on top. Eggs on bottom. Both sides. 12/3 equals 40 ? Step 2. Cross multiply. 12 multiplied by ? Equals 3 multiplied by 40. 12 multiplied by ? Equals 120. Step 3. Solve. Equals 120 divided by 12 equals 10. So, you need 10 eggs to make 40 cookies. Step 4. Check. 12/3 equals 4. 40/10 equals 4. Both ratios equal 4. Correct. Always check your answer by simplifying both fractions. They must be equal. Let's try a map scale problem, a classic grade 7 and 8 exam question. On a map, 2 centimeters represents 50 kilometers. A road on the map measures 7 centimeters. What is the real length of the road? Step 1. Set up the proportion. Centimeters on top. Kilometers on bottom. 2/50 equals 7 ? Step 2. Cross multiply. 2 multiplied by ? Equals 50 multiplied by 7. 2 multiplied by ? Equals 350. Step 3. Solve. Question mark equals 350 divided by 2 equals 175 kilometers. The road is 175 kilometers long in real life. Now, let's try the type of proportion question that appears most on exams. Find the value of x. X over 12 equals 5 over 8. Step 1. Cross multiply. X multiplied by 8 equals 12 multiplied by 5. 8x equals 60. Step 2. Solve for x. X equals 60 divided by 8 equals 7.5. Step 3. Check. 7.5 over 12 equals 0.625. 5 over 8 equals 0.625. Correct. Let's try another. 4 over 7 equals 20 over x. Cross multiply. For x equals 7 multiplied by 20 equals 140. X equals 140 divided by 4 equals 35. Check. 4 over 7 equals 20 over 35. Both simplify to 4 over 7. Correct. There are two types of proportion you need to know for grades 7 and 8. The first is direct proportion. Two quantities are in direct proportion when they increase or decrease together at the same rate. If you buy more items, you pay more money. Direct proportion. If a car travels longer, it uses more fuel. Direct proportion. The graph of a direct proportion is always a straight line through the origin, the point 0, 0. The key signal in a word problem. The more, or the less, the less. That's direct proportion. The second type is inverse proportion, also called indirect proportion. Two quantities are in inverse proportion when one increases as the other decreases. More workers, less time to finish a job. Faster speed, less time for the same journey. Higher price per unit, fewer units you can buy with the same budget. The key signal in a word problem. The more, the less, or the less, the more. That's inverse proportion. For inverse proportion, you do not cross-multiply directly. Instead, multiply the two known values to find the constant, then divide. Constant equals first quantity multiplied by second quantity. Then missing value equals constant divided by given value. Let's solve an inverse proportion problem. 8 workers can build a wall in 6 days. How many days would 12 workers take? Identify the type. More workers means less time. Inverse proportion. Step 1. Find the constant. 8 multiplied by 6 equals 48. Step 2. Find the missing value. 48 divided by 12 equals 4 days. 12 workers can build the wall in 4 days. Let's check. 8 workers times 6 days equals 48 days of effort. 12 workers times 4 days equals 48 days. Same total effort. Correct. Here is the most common proportion mistake at grade 7 and 8 level. A student sees this problem. 5 workers finish a job in 8 days. How long for 10 workers? The student sets up a direct proportion. 5 over 8 equals 10 over question mark. Cross multiplies. 5 times question mark equals 80. Answer, 16 days. That is completely wrong. More workers means less time. This is inverse proportion, not direct. Correct method. Constant equals 5 multiplied by 8 equals 40. Answer equals 40 divided by 10 equals 4 days. The most important step in any proportion problem is identifying the type first. Ask, does more of one mean more of the other? If yes, then it is direct. And if more of one mean less of the other, then it's inverse. Get the type wrong, and your entire calculation is wrong. Now, here are some practice questions for you. Pause the video and solve these. Question 1. A train travels 180 kilometers in 3 hours. How far does it travel in 5 hours? State the proportion type first. Question 2. Solve for x. 9 over x equals 3 over 7. Question 3. 6 taps can fill a tank in 4 hours. How long for 8 taps? State the proportion type first. Question 4. A map scale is 3 centimeters to 120 kilometers. A road measures 8 centimeters on the map. What is the real distance? Pause now. Here are your answers. Answer 1. Direct proportion. More time, more distance. 180 over 3 equals distance over 5. Cross multiply. 3 times distance equals 900. Distance equals 300 kilometers. Answer 2. Cross multiply. 9 times 7 equals 3 times x. 63 equals 3x. X equals 21. Answer 3. Inverse proportion. More taps, less time. Constant equals 6 times 4 equals 24. Time equals 24 divided by 8 equals 3 hours. Answer 4. Direct proportion. 3 over 120 equals 8 over distance. Cross multiply. 3 times distance equals 960. Distance equals 320 kilometers. Here is your final challenge, a multi-step proportion problem. A school canteen uses 15 kilograms of rice to feed 200 students for 3 days. Question 1. How much rice is needed to feed 200 students for 7 days? Question 2. How much rice is needed to feed 350 students for 5 days? Pause and solve both. Let's solve, step by step. Answer 1. Rice in days. More days, more rice. Direct proportion. 15 over 3 equals rice over 7. Cross multiply. 3 times rice equals 105. Rice equals 35 kilograms. Answer 2. 2 changes at once. More students and more days, both direct. Step 1. First, find rice per student per day. 15 kilograms divided by 200 students divided by 3 days equals 0.025 kilograms per student per day. Step 2. Scale up. 0.025 multiplied by 350 students multiplied by 5 days equals 43.75 kilograms. When two quantities change simultaneously, find the unit rate first, then scale. This method works for any combination. So, today you learned what a proportion is, two equal ratios, and how it connects to equivalent ratios and unit rates from earlier in this series. How to set up a proportion correctly by keeping matching units in matching positions. How to solve proportions using cross multiplication. The difference between direct and inverse proportion, and how to identify which one you're dealing with before calculating. And how to solve multi-step proportion problems by finding the unit rate first. The next lesson is scale drawings and maps, where we will see how proportions are used in real-world design, architecture, and navigation. Subscribe and don't miss it. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.